All right, hello. This is going to be a section of adding and subtracting polynomials. So what we have here is a polynomial and polynomial. We're going to add those two polynomials together. In adding polynomials, you don't really need the brackets. They put the brackets there just so they know that, oh, here are two separate polynomials that they want you to add. In all essence, we can totally delete those polynomials and give you something that actually we have covered in the past. Simplifying an expression. All right? Now, when you simplify an expression, basically, you can only combine, add like terms. And as you can see here, you've got the x squared. Well, you want to combine that x squared with another x squared. We've got 4x squareds here, so let's find that 4x squared right there. Now, I circle the sign in front of it, because the sign determines what it is, and the term as well. So basically, the sign is included in the term. It's part of the term. So right here, we got 4x squareds plus 4x squareds is 8x squared. When I'm done with it, I cross it out. That's what I do. And then we got this minus 3x. Let's see if we can find another x, not x squared. That's not right here. Is a similar term. So then we can combine those. That's minus 8x. The same integer rules work here. The same integer rules, so a negative and a negative is a bigger negative. All right, there we go. So now we got plus 2 minus 7. So only two things that are left, this plus 2 and this minus 7. And that's 2 minus 7 is minus 5. So again, your integer work comes in really handy here. And this would be your answer. So this is equal to this, is equal to this, and there's your answer. Try to circle your answers. All right? Cross those out. Okay? Now the next one is a little bit more complicated. I'm going to do exactly the same thing. 7m cubed plus 2m plus 7 plus 7m squared plus 8m minus 3. Now, a lot of people are really hasty with this, and they'll see, oh, the first term and the first term is 14. Wait a minute. This cubed and this is squared. Do we have another cubed here? No, we do not. So that 7m cubed is all alone. Now, next thing we're going to do is we're going to go for the next highest power. That'd be a square. And that's right here. All right, so do I have another squared here? No, I don't. So that's 7m squared. All right. Next is we got just the m alone, and we got two of those here. So let's make sure to keep that negative. So that's 2m's plus 8m's. That's 10m's. All right? And finally, we have the constants, the 7 and the minus 3. Plus 7 minus 3 is plus 4. Again, that integer word comes in very handy. Now, one of the things they do like that didn't mention here is to have the powers in descending order. So the biggest power first of 2, 1, and then x to 0 power, which we just put nothing. Here it's 3, 2, 1, m to the 0 power right there. Okay? And there you go. Circle our answer. Make sure we don't have that so nobody gets confused when they're marking it. All right, next. This is a little different here. As you see, we're subtracting this entire polynomial, all right? So it's going to be different than the adding, a little bit more complicated. So when I do this, I've got my 6m squared minus 8m plus 2. This negative has to be distributed in. And we know that rule very well. We've done it with some of the algebra stuff. So here it's negative 8m squared minus 4m, and that's where people will make the mistake, okay? And then that negative gets distributed in as well, and that's plus 6. You know this already. We have used that rule before, just distributing the negative with some of our basic algebra work. So either way, the next step is the same as above. Do we have any m squareds? Yes, we do. Very good. Don't forget to circle that sign. 6m squared minus 8m squared is minus 2m squared. You have to be careful again with your integer work. There we go. Next, we got just the m's. Circle them. Minus 8 minus 4m is minus 12m's. And we got the 2 plus 6 plus 8. and we're done. All right, let's look at the last one. Should be fairly similar to this one right here. We got my 6m squared minus 4m plus 2. Nothing happens to that. Now we're going to distribute in the minus all the way to all 4 terms. You can have more than 3 terms. You can have 2 terms. You can have 1 term. We're all polynomials. All right? So this is minus 5m cubed. Whoops, cubed. Didn't make it a 3. There you go. Minus 4m squared minus negative times a negative is a positive 5m, and then the negative times the negative 11 is a positive 11. Okay, now we simplify it. My highest power is 3. That's what I'm going to write first. I see no more m to the 3 third power, so basically I like the letter m for some reason today. Minus 5m cubed. Next, we look for the m squared. We got an m squared there. We got an m squared there. So 6m minus 4 is plus 2m squared. I'll look for my m's. This and this. Minus 4 plus 5 is 1m. We just write m. We don't write the 1. And finally, 2 plus 11 is 13. I'll cross those out. And there is our answer right here. As you can see again, the powers are in descending order. All right? Which makes it easier to read, easier to mark. And I'm going to want you to write them in descending order. Okay? So there's polynomials. If you guys want, IXL, level K, Z4, I'd highly recommend you practice these. And good luck on your quiz coming in Friday.